Hey guys, it's Mitch. How's it going? We're back for another page of Blood Force issue 4, getting close to the end of issue 4. Well, relatively anyway. This is going to be page 18-ish. We're calling it 18 anyway, of about 24. I'm working on 24 presently. But I should do the lead-in thing, right? Sorry, it's very late. If you enjoy the channel, if you feel like you might want to help out a little bit, go subscribe to my Patreon. Links are in the description. Yes, I can do that in my sleep. All right, so this is essentially the end of the gun show fight, or pretty close to. This is, and I'm going to say I'm not super happy with how this page turned out. Little bits of it here and there. Well, one particularly big bit, really, in the bottom left-hand corner. But, it's got problems. But before we get into it, I should let you know if you, this is gonna have some like flashy lights towards the end of it. So if I gotta say it, if you got like epilepsy problems or something, you're probably gonna want to turn this off before we get there. Because about 2/3 of the way through this, I switched to my phone for filming instead of my camera, and my phone has difficulty with light sources sometimes. Where if I take my hand away too quickly or something, all of a sudden it gets really bright. And on a sped up video like this, that can just come across as like a strobe. So if you got that kind of problem, just turn that off right now. Or just listen to it, I guess. There we go. You can listen to it. But the reason I switched to my phone was because maybe I should talk about this panel. This is the best panel on the page. This is stolen directly from me, actually. This is from Blood Force number 2, page, I want to say 7-ish, where Popo was beaten on the Clerg when they first capture him. And he breaks his bonds and he tackles some Clerg scientists, and you get this rapid fire like whap, 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 as he smacks him down and just splatters him all over the floor. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that again because that was fun. And we're going to do it with Gun Show here, as he tries to wail on hard, which, he does. It just doesn't have much effect because it's hard. And so, did all the speed lines here, did the very dramatic uplit lighting. There's the speed lines. Those are some good speed lines. Yeah, some good shit. And then I think I white out a little bit extra. A lot of vascularity. Looking like there's the white out there. But like looking like a Tim Vigil character with all that vascularity. Yeah, that's a damn good panel. That's the best panel on this page. Easy. I don't have to talk about the rest of them. So, the reason I switched to the phone was because I got it in my head that we were going to listen to a movie while I put on, or while I was drawing, because I don't always talk on live streams, and the music, I don't know, gets boring, I think. It gets boring for me, anyway. And it doesn't sound like much of anything through my regular speakers. So, tried to put on movie with my usual camera. It sounded like shit. Tried it again with my phone, and it sounded great. Too damn loud, but great. And the picture was much clearer. It's like, oh, maybe we should do this now. And didn't think about the sped up commentaries or the speed arts. So we'll see how that goes. I might have to edit out like flashing lights or something like that. That is something I got to consider. But anyway, so what's going on in this page? Okay, panel 1 is Gun Show smacking Shock Block. Oh man, I don't remember the names of my own guys. It's too damn late. Smacking him right across the chops. Panel 2 here is Hard climbing up out of the hole that he got knocked into to grab on to Gun Show's leg. And of course, when Gun Show, his leg is held, he can't set himself properly, so he can't flex properly. And all of his powers are flex-based. So he essentially renders him kind of powerless. He's still a gigantic dude, but that doesn't matter too much to Hard. And realized that the line work was starting to blend together a little bit between these panels, so I had to thicken up the panel borders. Trying to do the thing I did on page 3. No, not page 3. One of the previous pages in the Gun Show fight, where I had like asymmetrical panels trying to make him a bit more actiony, which does seem to work. I kind of hope I remembered how to do that. And this is one of the few shots in the issue that gives you like all of Gunshow's costume, which is not elaborate. But I wanted to be. This is a little bit of wanting to be extremely clear about what's going on. I'm not 100% sure I am, but you can see everything that's going on here at least. Where it's just a flat static shot of Gunshow standing and Hard reaching up and grabbing him. And threw in some smoke and a little bit of debris in the background. Oh yeah, that's always a good idea. Just that random black shape in the back. And we're going to get back to this thing. This is my least favorite panel on the page. This is supposedly Gunshow still wailing on Hard while Shaft comes up. Shaft, I keep calling him that. Fuck. Hawkstab. Man, I got to write more Hawkstab pages, or I'm going to forget what to call the guy. Comes up behind him. He's gonna catch him off guard. And the Hawkstab bit looks great. Well-shaped hand and arm, and it's going to be very dramatically backlit. And I think it did a nice job on the hatching on that even. The blades look pretty good. Yeah, some very dark shadows around the muscles, and then a lot of hatching over them. And that's backlit. Yeah, see, that looks pretty good. And then this Gunshow pose looks like shit. And I didn't really... I think I kind of realized it when I was drawing it, but I was like dedicated to finishing it. I'm like, okay, I think this is the best version of this I can get. And it's pretty bad. It's weak, for one thing. Oh, here we go with the phone now. So let's see how this looks. Oh, it looks weirdly like granular. I guess it's not having anything to focus on at the moment. Okay, we'll get back to the panel I hate. This is the panel I like the second least. I think some people like this panel. But okay, yeah. So for one thing, I don't like the transition from the previous page because the angles they're at, it doesn't feel like it has the right amount of the right movement to it. It's fine in terms of a pose by itself. Could be a little stronger. I don't like the way Shock Block's head looks at all. This is not a good version of that, I don't think. I think it probably could have come across like a bit of a stronger pose for Shock Block. Or a bit like more dynamic anyway. And the Kirby Crackle gets to be too small. It's a little nitpicky. There's going to be Kirby Crackle around Gunshow's fist. How's that arm? You got to wait until you get to the shadow, You can't tell for sure, and that's part of the problem with not penciling very, very much. Here comes the Kirby Crackle. Kind of nice to see it happen in sped up time. Big old zoom. Yeah, it's a little bit too small. Yeah, it looks okay. I don't know. There's a good through line at least for this punch. Like everything, the movement, all looks about right. It's just when compared to the last page, it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense considering where they were last positioned, which shouldn't matter in an Image fucking parody book, but for some reason it does. I guess that's another thing. I'm going to bump the table every once in a while. Yeah. So, and the punch here, it just feels like it could have been more dynamic. I am going to get some pretty good speed lines going on here, so that's something. Oh, that's why it's all granular. I had to blow this up because it was on the phone. That's right. Okay, I'm thinking like, shouldn't the oh fucking whatever. The definition be really good on my phone. It's like, well, it is. except it's a really small image on your phone. So yeah, I blow it up to fit on the screen. All of a sudden, it gets blurry again. So it feels like it kind of defeats the purpose, at least for the purpose of this commentary. But yeah, pretty good speed lines. I think I got speed lines just about down now, where you kind of randomly vary the thickness of the speed lines or the spacing. That looks all right. And, you know, it's not my favorite or anything. This sucks. I'm still trying to work out the pose, even though I've already started inking it. You know, like there's a version, like if I turned his hips the other way, I feel like that would have looked okay, or better anyway. I think that's supposed to be his pec that's hanging off of his bicep, which ain't right at all. And I mean, you know, let's address the obvious. It looks as though Hawkstab is coming up behind him to shove those blades up his ass. Right? That's what it looks like. And I think I realized that at the time, and I'm like, well, maybe that's kind of funny. And it is a little bit. Oh, is that the end of it? Shit. Man, I just kind of gave up on that panel, didn't I? Didn't put any kind of background in there, I guess. Yeah, I totally thought there was more to that panel than that. Okay. Yeah, that's not great at all. Oh well, at least I'm done with it. This is one of those panels I could potentially see redrawing, or at least redrawing parts of it. Wouldn't be too hard. You know, just be that little bit above the blades, and then you can monkey around with the stuff between the blades to make it look okay. The punchy panel in the bottom left still looks great. Like that panel quite a bit. That's pretty much saving this whole panel, or this whole page, from being redrawn. I might have redrawn the whole thing if it weren't for that fucking panel in the bottom left. Oh well. Overall, not great, mostly, but you know, it's still better than some of the earlier pages I was doing in a lot of ways. Although I don't remember too many pages I was doing before where it looked like somebody was going to stab somebody up the ass. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, that is going to do it for page 18 of issue 4. Hey, we're getting there. One of these days I'll write a script to issue 5. I'm starting to think maybe it'll have to be like pinups on live streams or something in between until I can come up with something. We'll see what happens. But for this one anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notifications so you know when the next one's coming out. Go over and subscribe on my Patreon. Gives you early access to everything I do, from the Blood Force stuff to the YouTube videos, before they get uploaded to YouTube, as well as some Patreon exclusive content. I paused in the middle there, but I'm probably going to edit it out so you'll never know the difference. You can also follow me on Instagram and DM me there for commissions, and you can join the Blood Force Discord server. I'm still very tired. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.